she does these art for me.
Oh, thank you so much for waiting. As per usual. Oh, Jesus, that's horrifying when I look up and see that. Oh man, we just got here. I just figured this out. Hey, my eyes are up here. My name is Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. This is Beautiful Space Pirates by Grant Howitt. I have to mention, because Grant does on the actual game page, the some of the names you're going to see tonight for NPC creation are the result of Chris Taylor, also known as Mercutio Alablaster. So you'll get an idea what you're up against there. And the art, including the best I've ever looked, is I got that on Pixabay by somebody called Randy Lalonde. So thank you for that as well. I have to hold this pose all night now. Anyway. As I mentioned, I'm Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. It's Friday night. We're being silly already, so it must be FunShot Fridays. I'm just going to quickly introduce the cast here. You've seen most of them before, so we're going to introduce those people first. Leah, you've been with us before through several of these. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Wayward Knight, always a pleasure. Don't see as much as I'd like to, but we'll get you into more of these. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Bison, see you a lot. You're here a lot, and we're going to see a character tonight that we've seen a lot. So, well, that's because this is what happens when you say, "Just call me when somebody cancels." This is how you end up with 4 in a row. And then our bravest person in the virtual room. You come to play with us on Friday night. I know you don't have a whole lot of experience in Roll20. I know you don't have a whole lot of experience in role playing. I know you just met these people 15 minutes ago and only met me a couple weeks ago. So yes, the bravest person in the room tonight will be played by is Sands, who will be playing one of our characters for us tonight. For those that don't know, let me give you... that was me being prepared again. Let me give you a breakdown of what this game is. It's real simple. But first, some coffee. All right. You are beautiful space pirates. Of course you are. That's the name of the game. Terrible and wonderful news has occurred. You are now attending the funeral of the greatest of all space pirates, Balthazar Germain, and he's written you all into his will. You and your friends, who are all also in his will, rub shoulders with the galaxy's most devil-may-care scoundrels, who are also all in the will. And you prepare for his spectacular send-off. So, after you, after the dinner and the drinking and the spectacular send-off that involved turning Germain into fireworks and blasting him out of his own spaceship to explode in front of everyone as a galaxy of stars, the will is finally read. And I don't think it's what anybody expected, because it's a competition. You've been broken into teams, and the 4 of you are Team Alpha Baker Dusty Barker. And you guys have been sent to, here's where I roll a button and figure out how the story I have to make up tonight. Your mission is twofold. Each of these groups gets a mission. Your particular mission is to slay the legendary horned beast of Briar and to put some of Germain's DNA at a crime scene just to mess with the cops.
The second one sounded easier.
So the group that accomplishes their 2 goals first and returns to this very location will receive the bulk of Germain's plunder. And he was, after all, the greatest space pirate of all time. So, with that, quickly, well, not quickly, take your time. I need you guys to introduce your character by name, and Actually, I'll give you the names because they're kind of special. And then you guys tell me what these people look like. So let's start with Captain Saga Steel of the dreaded Steel Steelers. What exactly does Captain Saga Steel of the dreaded Steel Steelers look like?
So, Saga Steel of the dreaded Steel Stealers is a very charismatic space pirate, and she looks like she kind of walked out of a steampunk magazine, but also she has one of those really cool like stringless eye patches like Thor has. And she wears like an old tattered pirate's cap that's definitely seen many missions. Yep. And she has a sort of capelet that hangs from her shoulders by like 2 clips.
Yep.
And she also has this like lovely flowing red hair that kind of, it almost looks magical.
Ooh, magical hair. That's going to be very useful as a space pirate. That's going to be like, oh yeah, that's like a cloak of billowing. That's going to be really useful. Possibly big boots. Yeah, possibly. You said boots, right? With a T.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boots.
Okay. All right.
Let's keep this above the R rating. PG-13.
Why? Why would we want to do that? Possibly related to Captain Saga Steel of the Steel Steelers is Serena Steel. So why don't you tell us what Serena Steel looks like?
Serena Steel. She is about almost 6 feet tall. Loves her heels. So she's got those spike boot heels that go all the way up past the knee. You know,
sure.
Tight. Oh, yeah.
Space pirate boots. I know exactly what you mean.
Kind of that half skirt thing that steampunk people have, and the corset. And she's got uber pale white skin, jet black eyes, and long curly black hair that goes all the way past your butt.
Wow. Okay.
Shapely little thing.
The pale skin is how you know she's a steel.
Well, that we're going to push that to the absolute limit with the next introduction, because our next introduction is Captain Bone Steel. And just before you start and tell us exactly what this looks like, I will mention he had 15 minutes between when he found out he was going to play and when he was playing tonight, and he does have a thematic consistency in the previous FunShot Friday. So with that, tell us what Captain Bone Steel looks like.
Okay, well, at this point in the game, Captain Bone Steel is a mostly cybernetic. You think he's a skeleton, you're not sure. He could also be a robot. Well, he looks like this for starters. He does not have a shirt.
No.
So you can clearly see the fact that he has ribs and cybernetic organs, and the pale skin is really not even there.
That's pale. That is very pale skin.
Very pale. One of his hands, his left hand is gold. Like pure gold.
Okay, yep. There's one callback. Yep.
That's the offhand.
Speaking of hands, how many does he currently have?
He currently has 2 that you can see because he's wearing pants.
Okay.
We don't talk about the third arm unless it's necessary.
That's another callback that hopefully we'll call back to later. And with these 3 possibly relateds is the one person in this group who is probably not a Steel. Tell us when we look over. I said probably. You guys fill in the blanks later. Casper Seahawk. When these 3 turn to look at you, what do they see?
So Casper Seahawk is not tall.
She's probably like 5 foot, and almost mousy compared to these three.
Sure.
So yes, she is pale, but she has kind of
I knew it.
you know that's what's gonna happen. She has kind of very white hair, but it's chopped off very short. So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
almost like a bob.
Right.
With these bright blue eyes. And she's very obviously wearing heels, trying to look taller, trying to look like she belongs here with her very large red coat, her black pants, and her heeled boots.
Excellent. And with that, the four of you who know each other only by reputation, only one of you currently has a ship. A vessel you have been the proud owner of for generations. Generations of your family have come and gone, Captain Bonesteel, since you first bought this vehicle. It has antique plates on it. That's how old this thing is. But it is, however, the only vehicle the four of you own. So you rush off to it to take off on your journey. What's the motif? To Ben, the ship called Ben. What is the motif? I hesitate to ask. What is the motif?
The motif was originally a really nice sort of almost Eldar style, if you play 40K, style solar sailor.
Swoopy,
but he has
elven,
very, very nice, like it was, he paid an arm and a leg for it. And thank you. But over the past couple 100 years, most of the paint has been chipped. There's been some graffiti, some kids got at it. There's the back sail has been replaced by a pirate's Jolly Roger because he thought that was funny. But it still works. He's very insistent that it works. And the ship's AI, which is Ben, that's who he refers to as Ben. The ship's AI is a stiff British fellow who really doesn't like the fact that he has a dead man as a captain.
Excellent. You'll be playing both of those characters.
Okay, crap.
So you guys leap into this, what used to be, I guess it'd be now like leaping into like a 1930s Rolls Royce that somebody has painted pink with a brush. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And you leap into it, and Captain Bones, Bonesteel, you drop down into the seat. Where are you going?
We were supposed to get the big beastie of Briar.
Somebody remembered. Good. You don't have to run back inside and get the bit of paper.
And
so you start searching the databases.
Yeah. So picks his fingers through the database to find the star chart for Briar. It's been a while. He hasn't been in that sector of space for a couple 100 years.
All right, so give me our very first roll of the night. For those watching, there are only 3 stats that these 4 people, 3, 4, too many numbers. These 4 people have to worry about 3 stats. How daring they are, how handsome they are, and how vicious they are, and that's all you need to know. So this is piloting a spaceship and such, so this is very daring. So with great daring do, give me a daring roll. And again, for the audience, they have a D6, a D8, and a D10 that they assign to each one to each of those stats. Apparently, Captain Bones, used the D10 for daring. You roll an 8, which is a success. Absolutely. You find it. You scan through. There's Briar with an A, Briar with an E, Briar with 2 E's, Briar with an apostrophe, so it's Brer. You do some more research. There's only one Briar that involves, you use Google Universe, and you start scanning up and down Briar, and you find a place called Beast Lane, and you figure that's probably got to be it. So you're going to the corner of Beast and Briar. It seems like a good place. And
hold on to your bones, meatbags. We're going to Briar.
And
he
something.
okay, good, because he hammers the throttle, and the three of you will now make your first rolls of the day. You will also do daring things as he tries to as he accelerates the ship away without telling you. So everybody roll me whatever die is with daring. A 4, an 8, and a 1. All right. So
Someone's bouncing.
Serena Steele, woman of steel. You put one foot on the back of a chair. You don't even sit down. You just put a foot in the back of the chair and lean like the cool kid on the bus. Right? And you just take the impact and brace. Yeah. Casper, you first adventure, want to be cool, probably should be safe instead. So you sit instead, and the acceleration hits, and you're glad you sat, because you couldn't have done that, right? You don't have the inner thigh strength to do what she just did. So, however, both of those moves are overshadowed by Saga Steele, Captain Saga Steele of the Steel Steelers, who has her balance stolen at the moment and tumbles to the back of the ship and crashes against the back bulkhead. Please mark 1 peril.
I hope you didn't break anything. This thing's an antique.
I just realized
You're
with this
an
game
antique.
mechanic, the first time you make a mistake, it doesn't cost you anything. So there's no chance of anything going wrong, which is good, because that one would have been very bad. So with that, into the wormhole. It not being sick in the wormhole. A daring test from everyone, please.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh. Well,
So
you did
that's,
better on that one.
So that's a 2 5s and an 8. Okay. Well, let's start at the top, because this is going to get nasty. Saga, against the rear bulkhead. You use the pressure of being crushed against the bulkhead to kind of keep it in. Plus, you're the furthest away from the window, so you can't see time and space bending in on itself and breaking your brain. You are fine. Unfortunately, the other 3.
Oh.
Well, let's just say from Captain Sage Steele of the Steel Steelers' perspective, you become imminently and immediately aware of what all 3 of them had for lunch.
Oh. Can I try and dodge it?
Yes, you can. The other 3 of you mark a peril on each of you.
Oh.
So everybody's at 1 now, and now attempting to dodge. Yes, you no, and you just roll along the wall, and right where you were, it's like it was targeted. It's just burgers, fries, cake.
Oh. Hey, did you eat my cake? Who ate my cake?
Oh.
What are you talking about? I'm a skeleton.
You have no idea who it came from, and nobody's talking.
I'll have you know that's rude. It's very rude.
I'm not cleaning this up.
Yeah, Ben's getting pissy about not cleaning this up. I'm a ship's computer, damn it. So, with that, and trying to ignore the stench in the back, you're pirates, you're used to being in low-class bars. The smell of vomit is quickly ignored as you cruise through space towards the corner of Beast and Briar. As you approach Captain Bone Steel, Ben shows you an image on the interscellular camera. That little red light that's inside your other eye lights up. Oh no, even better. The inside of the patch is a tiny movie screen. And it lights up and shows you
the patch.
Yeah, no, it's just he's too cheap to buy the sunglasses that do this. He just bought the one and sort of glued it in place.
Got it half off.
Monocle, duh.
Got it half off, yeah. Yeah, the problem is he's slightly dyslexic, so it's the right eye, but he's got it on the left side, so it kind of messes. He drinks to offset that though, so it works.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, what Ben shows you is that between here and the beast's house, there are a number of what can only be described as beastlets. There's a bunch of little nasty looking balls of fur and teeth and claws. And when I mean ball of fur and teeth and claws, that's literally what it is. That's not a cute description of a small fuzzy animal. It's just like this big around, and it's got claws and teeth that just do that all the time, and little wings that go out the side.
Is it like
Improbably
a
small
tribble
wings
from hell?
that allow it to fly.
Thank you.
Sorry?
Is it like a tribble from hell?
Yes,
Pretty
exactly. Hell tribbles. Yes, absolutely,
Hell
positively. These are hell tribbles.
Bubbles.
And there's a whole cluster of them between you and this space house at the corner of a space street in a space neighborhood inside a bubble in the middle of a galaxy. Because this is beautiful space pirates, and I almost forgot. So they don't have suburbs; they have substations.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm going to dock Ben
Yep. At the
Yeah.
bubble.
at the bubble, just boonk.
Yep.
And I think we may have to prepare charges, or is there a? Are we doing this? Are we doing this the sneaky way or the fun way?
As
Fun
the
way,
ship
of course.
as the ship touches the bubble, you guys kind of look out and you see down where the bubble hits the ground, like there's a flat disc that everything's on. Actually, it's on both sides, and it's a sphere, and there's like a city on each side. You guys come up and just touch the bubble, and from the disc level here, you see it looks kind of like a pucker in the glass, just zips up the glass and kind of sucks onto your airlock in a very organic sort of way, and you feel the ship kind of get sucked in. And
That
Ben
was
says,
uncomfortable.
"Oh," and you realize that the airlock is now sealed to the dome. And Ben was
That's
not. Ben was not involved in the process
Yeah.
in any way other than as a victim.
He's swearing quietly in Scottish.
Oh.
And then it starts to move back down the bubble, taking you with it, and it brings you down to ground level.
Easy way it is.
All right.
And yeah, you look down at the screen and you see the channel communication between Ben and the space station is actually self-editing because it's so rude it's going to melt the monitor. So, they're telling each other off in machine language, which you understand because you're mostly cybernetic. So the rest of you see a
I'll have to
skeleton
write
blush.
that one down.
He blushes just before he looks away from the screen. And you guys head for the entrance. The mini beasts, the little beastlets, the hell tribbles. Oh, if we had any viewers, I'd get sued, but it doesn't matter. We don't care. They're hell
Can I
tribbles.
punch
Okay.
one?
They come swarming up to the door, and they're outside. You can hear their teeth, especially Mr. Bonesteel, because it's your ship, and their teeth and claws are just going brrrr every time they brush past it. And you know they're taking off the last little bit of the paint, trying to get
I
in.
would like to take my big boot and just punt one.
Okay, just open the door and kick one.
Yeah.
One scurries by, thunk. Just see his
Yeah.
foot come
So
out
yeah,
the
they're
door.
just they don't seem very smart. So yeah, go ahead. Give that is a vicious thing to do. Punting tribbles. Yeah, tribble punter. That's your new nickname. I'm not
Tribble.
typing that in. You are not going to be Captain Saga Steel of the Steel Steelers, space tribble punter. It will not fit.
You miss.
So vicious. Oh,
That's a 1 too.
that's a 1. So we get to find out about a game mechanic right now. You open the door and kick out at these seemingly harmless tribbles, and it just engulfs your foot and starts to pull you out of the ship, your hand clawing at the walls as you try and leave. You are in danger. which means you cannot do anything until you are rescued. Either you rescue you, there's a way, if that comes to that, we'll explain the mechanic then, or because you just went, one of these other three could now attempt to rescue you. Before the other three decide what to do, that one wrapped around their foot. And the rest of them, you can, space be damned, you're inside now. There's air in here, you can hear, oh! And they start just piling on to Captain Saga Steel of the Steel
Saga
Steelers.
is like dramatically screaming and being like,
yeah. Waving your foot, and there's just more and more of them piling on. Now, given that scenario, what do the rest of you do?
I am
Absolutely nothing. You're on your own. What do you
I am going to grab my offhand. So,
yeah.
So Captain Bone Steel grabs his left arm by the elbow, and it comes off.
Yep.
That hand now becomes a finger.
Yep.
It is now sparking with electricity. So he's going to use his offhand and swat these little staticky bastards.
All right, be vicious unto them, if you
Be
would.
vicious.
Be vicious.
Or-
A3. That is not particularly vicious. In fact, you take your arm and you wave it out the window. Ah! And one of the one on the foot goes, oh, and jumps over and grabs your hand. So you are now waving a hell tribble on the end of a stick. That is a point of peril to you. So you are up to 2.
Okay.
Oh.
The rest of you,
I know.
there are now. He's not in danger, but one of you is still in
He's not
danger.
in danger, but
But
okay,
they are both wrapped in tribble.
you people are going to need me if you want to complete this mission.
Even I thought
Casper's-
you guys would get through the first encounter.
Casper's gonna try and help.
Yep. What are you doing?
Yeah.
There's 2 of you
Going
left
to
in the
try and,
airlock.
like-
The other 2 are like, no.
Just gonna try and like pull her in.
Okay. You grab and pull. Give me. That would be. That's daring. Yeah, you are. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You reach out and your tiny personage grabs a 4. Okay, and you pull yourself right out the airlock into the mess. So that is a point of peril for you.
After seeing all of this,
Yep. There's now
I-
one of them
I'm like-
outside. Yeah.
I'm
Serena,
like,
remember
okay.
what we said about the insanity?
It runs in the family.
I reach into my carry-on bag and pull out my
Mhm.
tennis racket and go, batter
Brilliant.
up.
Absolutely. Time to get vicious with that tennis racket. And this works because part of your description was the little skirt and everything. So this,
Ah,
Yeah.
it's tennis from hell.
It's not gonna work.
A 5. And you know what? A 5. You reach out and swat, and you actually hit one of them. That it's moving from the foot. Another one's trying to get from the foot to the skeletal arm, and you catch it halfway, and actually it spins off into space. And you hear it spinning off into space, and somehow, without having a mouth, you hear, "Oh shit!" as it spins off into the distance. But there is still a bunch wrapped around Captain Saga Steel of the Steel Steelers' leg, and Captain Bone Steel's disconnected arm. Which brings us back to, 3 of them tried to rescue you. So now there is a way you can rescue yourself. I'm just going to quickly go over it for the viewers. Before we started tonight, each of them rolled on a table, which gave them 2 touchstones. 2 very important things in their lives. And if they choose to do so, they can get out of danger by telling us the heart-wrenching tale of how they lost one of those touchstones. So, Captain Saga Steel of the Steel Steelers, would you like to stay in danger or tell us a tale of woe?
As much as it pains me Saga is reliving the time that she lost Audacious Fandango.
Oh dear. And who was that?
Audacious Fandango was a hell of a person. They were a galactic mountebank and an interstellar highwayman that Saga made a real connection with in the early days of her space pirating career.
And then
Fandango, it has been said, was her first real love. And one inauspicious mission, Saga and Fandango found themselves trapped in the jungle, surrounded by these little toothy, rat-like, gross creatures. And Fandango stepped in some space quicksand. And he was trapped, and Saga did everything she could to save him. But the vines kept snapping, and the sticks were all wet and slippery. And these little rat creatures were so light that they didn't stink. And she watched him get eaten, and he looked like Mr. Bones at the end.
it's
And I wish I looked like Mr. Bones very much.
brilliance. And with that, erase your point of peril. And in your rage and angst and anger, these small furry things never stood a chance. And you just start kicking with the other foot and screaming at the sky. You get so carried away, you even kick the one off Mr. Bones's extended hand. So yes, your peril is now down to 0.
And then I turn
And
around
you can
and I see
scratch
Mr.
off
Bones
that
and I just
touchstone.
start
It is gone.
crying.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm like, Mr. Bones,
yeah,
we better find that beast.
I think he lives over there.
Okay,
You
well,
look
then
over.
let's kick his ass.
On the house, there's one of those, those burnt wood signs that people do with their names on it, and it says "The Beasts."
Saga,
The E backwards.
Saga adjusts her big boots and like kind of,
One
gets
of them
her
is just
hair back.
covered in teeth marks, and one of them's the other one's that one's still got a tooth stuck in it. Just one little.
Tidies her hair, kind of smooths out her outfit, and just goes, and just kind of stomps towards the house.
Are we supposed to catch this horned beast?
We were
Is
supposed
that
to
what
kill
we're
it.
supposed to
I think
do?
we're supposed to kill it.
Are we killing it?
I think
Catching it.
you are to slay the legendary horned
The
beast
slay.
of
Oh,
Briar,
slay it.
In that case,
and also supposed to put Jermaine's DNA at a crime scene.
Huh, that won't be hard.
I can do that later. I do that all the time. I try to do that all the time. In that case, so Saga's gonna put on her serious face.
Yep.
She is going to take off her eye patch to
Ooh.
reveal like a cybernetic
Another eye
space
patch.
eye.
Yeah.
And it's basically like it's kind of like Mr. Bones' lens, but it's it's got like predator vision.
Yep.
I was gonna say it's actually like worth some money.
Yeah.
It actually does something other than low res TV.
Hey, I get cable on this thing.
if you screw the cable into your ass,
Practice drawing her
Yep.
her like space flintlock.
Yep. Your laser
I
flintlock
have my
rifle.
tennis
Yes.
racket, and I push the button on my tennis racket, and it folds into a sword.
Yeah.
I was really hoping this thing
Alright.
would turn into lasers.
I was just gonna say, now it's a laser tennis racket. I like that one
Yeah.
too.
Laser
This is
tennis
the
racket.
next
Ooh,
laser.
that's better. I
That's
like
the
that.
other button.
That's the other button.
So the two of you head towards the door. How about the other two, Captain Bone Steel and the probably not part of the Steel family, Casper Seal?
Well, Captain Bonesteel puts his arm back on, make sure it's actually like turned the right way.
Yeah.
Because he puts it on backwards, like, oh.
Yeah, the thumbs down. Yeah. There we go.
There we go. And
Just before
He
you step
follows
off
along.
the ship, Ben says to you, "Please don't leave me with this thing."
if you're still here when I get back, I promise I'll clean up the mess. I think at least some of it's mine.
I already hate you and most of your family, you know. As you step off.
You know, you can be replaced.
I'm an antique.
These will get a lot
It
on
used to be
G-Bay.
worth some money.
I'll get plenty on G-Bay for it.
Okay, so with that, you guys step out onto the lawn. Who's going to the door?
I'm already at the door.
You're already at the door. You step up to the door. There's a doorbell.
Bang, bang, bang.
You thump on the door, absolutely. A couple seconds later, the door opens. And standing in front of you is this tiny little... This, like, 12-year-old. And I think she just peed because you just pointed a laser flintlock right in her face. And you're wearing big boots and you're clearly a pirate. And she just screams, "They're not home!" And then her hands go up. "I'm the babysitter!
Where's the beast?
I just wrecked my shoes! He's at work!
Where
Where's
does
work?
he work?
Beast Industries!"
That's convenient.
He built it from the ground up. Started under a bridge.
I'm gonna take out a piece of candy. I'm gonna hand it to her. I'm gonna be like, give it to the kid.
Uh-huh. And she just immediately unwraps it and stuffs it in her mouth.
I'm just gonna close the door on her.
Slowly close the door.
And you look through the little slit windows. Space. No, they're portholes. This is space. Keep forgetting this is space. You look through a little porthole and you just see her in there chewing. And her hands very slowly go down. You guys
I'm
turn
gonna
and
turn to
walk
the
away.
rest of the teammates, or the rest of my teammates, and go, "Does that work?"
Did you get an
Uh,
address?
I mean, Beast Industries headquarters is not hard to miss.
Turn around. It's
I've
over
got you.
there.
It is. It's right there. Because why not?
Next door.
just as you turn and point, Captain Bones, what appears to be a water balloon flies just past your face. They missed, but it flies just past your face and it hits the ground. And you kind of really, and you look up and there's a kid, like 6, 7 years old, hanging out the window with another one. And you're looking at him and you hear. Tss, and you look down and the first one, it's not whatever it is. It ain't water. It's eating the sidewalk. And he rears back with his
Let's
hand
go.
again to throw another one.
Let's go.
What are the four of you doing?
I'm going to use my amazing daring speed to run up the wall and close the window on him before he throws it.
Okay, that's a good, yeah. What's that? That's what you're going to try to do. What's everybody else doing? Run up the wall. Okay.
Because he's fast.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
I'm going to weigh him down.
Okay, so give me a daring while they think about what they're going to do. As you charge the walls.
Oh, for love of Pete.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And just straight into the wall. You forget to turn and just 3 or 4 of your ribs just like come out the back and clatter to the floor, like to the grass behind you. The fake grass, AstroTurf, this is space. And you fall backwards onto them and pierce yourself on your own ribs and find yourself paralyzed on the front lawn. Because that's, you were at 2 and you just rolled a 1. So you are now in danger.
I am in so much.
So, don't worry, I got this. Bang! Crash! The 3 of you. What are you doing now?
Can I just sort of, one of 2 things. I want to to climb up to like. Is there like a roof outside of his window?
Yep, there is
Okay.
now.
There is
I wanna get up, like to be right outside his window.
Yep.
And I want to look at him with my big, lovely pirate eyes. I'm gonna put my eye patch back on.
Yep.
And I'm gonna bat my big, green eye at him, and I'm gonna say, "Do you like candy?"
That is absolutely evil. So give us a handsome roll, because that's the stat for charming, impressing, and other pirating stuff. Impressing kids is yeah. Yes! Oh, he just wordlessly reaches out of screen where you can't see it and comes back with a pirate hat and puts it on and reaches out again and comes back with a patch and sticks it on and reaches out again and comes back with a plastic sword.
I'm gonna give him some Steel Steelers branded candy, and I'm going to sign one of them.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, "No more balloons, okay?"
Okay. And he drops the balloon and it shatters next to his feet and starts to eat through the floor. And he reaches out for the candy.
I give him the candy.
As he slowly starts to sink.
And yeah, he's slowly sinking to the left as you step away from the window.
I shrug and climb back down.
And then jump down off the front of the
As
building.
I'm slowly putting my ribs back together, I'm like,
I'm sure they'll blame the babysitter. Yeah, you're still stuck to the ground. Nobody saved you.
Oh
yet.
yeah, I haven't tried.
The other two, yes.
I can't do anything.
Casper,
Like,
what are you doing?
Ow.
Why did you
Gonna try
join
and
this group,
help.
Casper? You thought these people were competent. What are you doing?
Gonna try and help Captain Bones because
Okay.
I'm stuck with this team. What am I gonna do?
So you get over, just start heaving on him, trying to lift him
Yep.
up out of the, pull his ribs out of the places. Okay, give us a Give us a vicious as you try and jam his ribs back into place. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, Mr. Bones. That one goes, and this one goes, and more through good luck than good management, she manages to put everything back exactly where it belongs. In fact, she fixed somehow in the process, she fixed your rheumatoid arthritis. That was a 9. That was an excellent roll.
I feel better already.
Let's get to Beast Industries, shall we?
Yes.
You guys,
I just
yeah.
was like, and started walking down the street towards Beast Industries.
towards Beast Industries. As you get closer to
rocket skates.
Oh, you got rocket skates. Nice.
well, you do now.
They don't work.
That is my favorite. That's my favorite part about one shots. I get to say, "You do now." So, you guys turn, rocket skates or not, I no longer care. You guys turn and head towards Beast Industries. It's easy to tell because it looks like a 30% difference, so a non-suable but similar shape to Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but exactly 30% different than that. But that's the building. And it's Beast Industries. Just the easiest way to
approve.
explain it. It looks like a giant bugbear. There, we'll do that too. Yeah.
There we go.
Either way, it looks like a giant beast, and the entrance is in the feet at the bottom. There don't appear to be any guards or anything like that. In fact, as you get closer, the bottom floor turns out to be a store, and it's kids' toys. But all the toys are hideously ugly,
Okay.
and they're
Do they look
all
like the little
unique.
hell
There-
tribble?
there's no two the same.
Oh,
So there's a whole range, like there's ranges that look similar, but somebody has gone to an amazing amount of trouble. Every one of the Hell Tribble toys that's in there, they come on a little rubber band that goes boingy boingy. You hang it from the rearview mirror of your starship. But every one of them's different. And there's an expensive model that when you push a button, the stuff spins. But but this whole store is full of just really, really ugly but really well-made toys. That's the ground floor, and it is full of all kinds of races of children and their parents chasing them around. And you watch carefully as you see the store clerks are actually very skillfully cutting the parents off and keeping them away from their children, allowing the children to go to find the really expensive stuff in the back.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
So
that
there
checks
is,
out with retail.
yeah.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I think we're the baddies, and then I see,
It
and
says-
then you
it
put that
says
like,
ba-
nope,
It says "Beasts Are Us" across the front. Again, 30% away, so nobody can sue us. Allegedly.
beasts am I.
Yeah.
Beast am we.
Beast am we. Yeah. So it appears that is the only way into the building. You look around at
Okay.
each other. 4 beautiful space pirates. Definitely at least PG rated. At least PG rated. You are now also spattered and sort of messed up and have had a rough day already. And not to mention you're pirates, so you probably smell like alcohol. But the only
Not
way
me.
is through this store. So what do you do? Remember too, you guys
Hmm.
the once per
Idea.
scene and once per game stuff you guys rolled you chose before the game. Remember those? Not saying that you would use them right now. I just wanted to remind you that you've got them.
Yes. I am going to bend down and talk to some little kids and say, "Candy in the back. Pass it around."
So yeah, you head towards the doors. You step in first, and every kid in the place, their head just goes whoosh, and they're snapping, looking at you. They're, oh, pirate! And they come charging at you. You have just enough time to realize they think you're part of a show, and you are now surrounded like 10 deep by kids screeching and howling and reaching up to try and touch you and grabbing at your very real gun and your very real sword.
Saga
The candy is the candy's gone. Like,
Saga's
the-
laughing and throwing candy into the
yeah, you're
children.
screaming, the candy's in the back, the candy's in the back. They're no pirate in the front, pirate in the front.
Ah.
So the other 3 of you see that she is overwhelmed by children's. Well, but I guess I should give you a roll. Do a handsome
nice
roll for us. Try and
Do a handsome?
charm or impress these children.
Oh.
There should be a more
Not
gender
very-
neutral term
I'm
for
not
that. But,
very charming.
oh wow. Okay. You were at 1, so yes, this is a failure. So add 1 to your peril. You
And I'm-
you are trying to hey kids, and you bend down, and as you do, you sort of rest your hand on your hips, and your finger drops into where the trigger is on your blaster, and it squeezes, and you blow a hole about this big around on the floor. No kids fall through, but there's a sudden realization that this is not part of the show, and they start to flee. All the kids just start to bolt. However, this is a fairly violent place. In place of the children, you are now surrounded by a bunch of adults who are drawing down on you with various weapons.
All right. Mr.
are-
Bones is going to
You
try and
are in danger.
I am in danger.
You are in
Mr.
danger. You
Bones
need-
is going to use a conveniently placed chandelier and
Yeah.
swoop in and grab Serena Steele of the Steel Stealers and try and save her and maybe actually do something properly this time.
Bomb pirate!
Oh no!
I took advantage.
Even with
Oh.
advantage, that's you come swooshing in on your chandelier. Ah! And you found the chandelier in a convenient location. Unfortunately, the chandelier you found in that convenient location had a very rotten rope. So you swing in, ha! You grab to the rescue, and then the rope breaks, and the 2 of you fall into the middle of the children. And you now appear to be attacking the children again in front of all the armed parents. You are now also in peril. Take another peril. So you are up to 3, and you're in peril again.
I
I
got
knew I
another
should have
peril.
hit snooze.
No, you don't need another one because the 2 of you are now in
Oh,
danger.
no.
So
Okay.
And there's two of you
I
left.
look at
So
Casper and I'm like, do you have any ideas?
I have two. One, we leave them and head in and take care of what we need to. Two, we figure out a way to save their assets.
I mean, if we leave
Hold on a second,
them, we
I'll
get
figure it
more
out.
of the money.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yellow.
Do a little mutiny.
We go
always split the
take
party. That's my rule.
we get the ship that way.
But do I want that stupid thing? I guess it is a family.
Your phone
You call
beeps.
it
You
an
look down and
heirloom?
it says from Ben. I beg your pardon. dot dot dot. Someone save me. Dot dot dot. Please.
You said it's a family heirloom.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those steel trademarks. It's not one of
That's
our
true.
best.
If you're all related, it's kind of yours anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't really know why we gave it to the skeleton.
So.
I think it's because it's funny to watch him fight with Ben.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna look at them and then look at the exit and then look back at them and be like, oh, fine, I gotta save my family again.
I got about 30 minutes left.
I get it.
Okay, yep,
Thanksgivings
we'll
can be
done by then.
awkward.
Yep.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. And
Yeah. Bison, if you need to go, just tell me and I'll kill you. It's easy. So
Kill
you're
our
in
little
danger
skeleton.
anyway. So anyway, so yes. What are you guys doing to save them? You just decided you're going to save them. What do you do? They are literally, the two of them are on the ground in a pile of children surrounded by heavily armed adults.
I am going to leap up onto like a higher surface as like a makeshift stage.
Yep.
And I am going to whip out I'm gonna make a
Be
really
careful.
nerdy reference here.
Careful how you finish this sentence.
I'm gonna whip out a 30% different and non-suable thing that resembles a holophoner.
Okay.
I guess we're performing now.
I'm going to
Well, remember your abilities too.
Yeah.
See if those might be useful.
Oh no, I know. I'm not making a child fall in love with me.
No, that was not what I was suggesting. How dare you?
I'm going to start playing like so obviously I probably have some small steel relatives, stealers in training.
Yep.
And
Steelettes.
Yeah, stealettes,
Stilettos.
steel,
Yeah,
whatever.
they train with stilettos. Yeah, there's a small round knife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I probably peaked the mic there. And I'm going to play some lovely space shanties that I know that they're very
Absolutely.
fond of.
Yep.
Steel drums.
And I'm
So
going
give it-
to
Yep.
I'm going to take advantage of this roll, whatever you make me
Okay, are
roll.
you going to take advantage or are you going to really take advantage?
I'm just going to take advantage.
All right. So give us a handsome and a D6. Roll them both and take the higher one.
Oh.
That was your D10. Wow, good thing for that D6. You start one song and nobody's listening. So you switch to a filthy sea shanty. Absolutely, and you start to you get a little sexy going. This is what it takes. I mean, you're trying to distract them. So yeah,
That's what Saga's good at.
yeah, you put on the show to end all steel shows. And you certainly distract the adults away. So now at least these two can, yes, I will give you both of them. They are both out of danger. Captain Bones, what did you just roll a 1 for?
It was by accident.
Oh, Really? Okay, so
You
by
get those
accident you
lungs
die.
out.
No, she stealed the show. Yes, you did. Oh. So, Casper, the perfect distraction has happened. Your only sane friend apparently has distracted the entire audience. The other two meatheads are over playing with the children. You look around. Obviously, you need to go up from here. So what are you doing? These two are
I'm
no
gonna-
longer in danger. So
Okay. I'm gonna head to the back of the store where I'm guessing like probably like an elevator maybe is or
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
and
And of course, it's a
I'm gonna
glass
make-
elevator because they
Yeah.
all are in the future. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure like there's no one around.
Yeah. So you run up to the elevators and they open because elevators still make that noise even 1,000 years in the future. And you look inside and there's this little old man standing inside and you realize that it was actually him that made the noise. And he looks at you and he says, "Going up."
I totally missed that.
Oh, going up.
Yes.
Right. And he sort of steps to the side and very ceremoniously waves you into the elevator.
Oh, thank you.
You step in.
Yes.
Okay, the second you step in, the door slams behind you and you're heading up the building. Which floor, miss? And you're
Top
watching the
floor.
numbers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent, because we're not stopping. And he just looks up.
Oh.
The three of you see the elevator. You see your new friend get in the elevator and then like a rocket gone. There's still a bunch of other elevators there. What are you guys doing? Two of you are now amongst the children, but back on your feet, and nobody's pointed guns at any of you. However, I would suggest that one of you is very much the center of attention right now. So, yes.
I'm going to run away and run to the elevator.
Serena Steele to the elevators. Yeah. So yeah, give me a daring to get to the elevators without attracting the children. And Captain Bones, that'll do. Yep.
I'm going to try and do the same.
Okay.
And just sort of like,
Give us.
so I got somewhere to be.
Yep. And you take off too. And the kids are screaming, "Pirates! Pirates! Pirates! Pirates!" But they do let you go.
Thank you, I'm behind.
Yeah. Captain Saga Steele of the Steel Steelers. What do you raised your hand? What do you need to do?
I am going to throw handfuls of steel branded candy
Yeah, absolutely. At the parents.
into the crowd.
Yep. The parents
so hopefully-
immediately form a defensive wall so the kids can't see. And like dolphins feeding on a shoal of fish, they move across the floor, picking up all the candies and eating them with their backs turned to their children.
I'm going to use that distraction to get to an elevator.
And you just, as you leap down off the table and run away, you're hoping they're distracted. In fact, they all look up at you, and in one voice, you hear a chorus of parents say, "Thank you." They're just chewing
They're
Steel Brand
endorphins.
candies.
I,
What flavor are Steel Brand candies?
Steel brand candies are magic candies, and they taste
Okay.
like whatever you want them to taste like.
Excellent. All right.
We robbed a magical candy factory, so.
So the three of you run up to the elevator, boom, 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 each into your own elevators, each with, weirdly enough, identical little old men in them. And as soon as you close the door, boom, 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 up they go. And because narratively speaking, this works better, at the top, boom, 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 4 elevators arrive and pop open. And you guys step out onto the top floor because I know we've got like 20 minutes before one of us has to go, so we're going to do this. This is the final confrontation. You guys step out on the top floor. It's nothing like the floors below, most of which you didn't stop on, but never mind. It's nothing like the store at the bottom for sure. This is decadent. This is expensive wood walls and big tables and just like a globe that's 8 feet across. There's no reason for any of this. It's just conspicuous consumption. There's piles of old paper money that isn't worth anything anymore being used as bookends, for books. Who has books? It's been 1,000 years since the computer was invented. Who the fuck has books? They must cost 1,000 credits each. It's just conspicuous consumption at its absolute worst. And at the far end of the room, this huge behemoth of a furry creature steps around the corner and says, "They based him on me, you know, and I never got a penny."
Poor unfortunate soul.
Oh, ouch. And with that, what would you like to do? This is your ultimate foe.
Ooh,
A
okay.
finger and a knowing face. Go.
So Saga's going to turn to her teammates and go, I have a plan, but I need you to
Cunning
be...
plan.
I would say it's rather cunning, yes. I just need you to trust me. Go with me, okay?
All right.
At some
Okay,
point, I'm going to
Captain.
find the right people, and I'm going to do a Blackadder RPG. But never mind.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. Anyway,
Yes, please.
Excellent.
okay.
So,
So Saga is going to unclip her capelet
yep.
and reveal some sexy shoulder blade tattoos.
Ooh, okay, yep.
And she's going to
So
sort of
just
slink-
before you finish this sentence, this is it. This is the
Mhm.
big scene. So hold nothing back.
she's
Go.
going to slink over to his
Ooh.
desk
Oh.
and sort of trace
Final up.
across the back of his chair and wrap
Oh.
around, walk
Oh.
around right to his
Ooh.
face.
Ooh.
She's gonna say, "Hi," and I'm gonna make him fall in love with me.
Okay. So roll a handsome and a d10. Take the higher of the two. I'm giving you really big advantage on this one. A 7 and an 8. Yeah, he just looks at you and blinks. And faster than you can even react to, his big furry mitts just come up and very gently cup your cheeks. And he comes in for a big furry kiss.
I kiss him back.
Okay.
And as I'm doing that,
Oh.
I slip my my pistol out of its holster
Yep.
and I signal to the rest of them to get their weapons ready.
Yep.
And I go 3. I silently, I go 3, 2, 1, and I shoot.
So you guys see that. What are you doing? Before she starts to count down, go.
Okay.
Serena Steele.
I am going to go.
First of all, you didn't
And-
know your cousin was like this.
No.
She seems a bit
She was distracting him going in that direction. I went in the other direction and picked up a big old vase.
okay, yeah. Oh, it's
It
a
was
Ming.
coming
You
up
know,
behind him.
I said conspicuous consumption. This is now a 4,000-year-old Ming vase, and you come up behind him with that. Okay,
And then she starts doing the finger count.
we're gonna get.
And
I'm gonna gather all of this, and then we're gonna do all the attacks at once. So that's 2 of them. Let me just hear gun and vase. Okay, Captain Bone Steel. What are you doing?
Captain Bone Steel is going to summon the ghost of Balthasar Germain, the greatest
Oh.
space pirate that ever lived.
You do so.
And together, we are going to strike because me and him, we go back a ways.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a rib or 2 of yours that are probably his.
Yep. I mean,
There was an accident. You got put back together in a hurry. Nobody's quite sure. You don't talk about it.
So yeah, we're gonna take out the son of a bitch together because obviously this guy owes Jermaine some money, and that's why it's happening. Because it's always about money.
He looks at you and says, $20, and draws his vibrating rapier super sword and steps into the fray with you. Leading question: what are you using to attack him with?
Oh, I haven't used it yet.
No, you haven't.
I'm gonna bring out the third arm.
You
a
unzip.
Unzip, and a literal skeletal robot arm holding a pistol
Yep.
comes out. And the pistol
It
is
does.
the pistol is a KR7 scimitar.
Yes. And you thrust the pistol forward against him, which leaves us with. Not that you have to top any of those, but I'd love to hear, seeing this, what the only possible non-steel in this organization does to finish off the feared beast of Briar.
Well, since this is Casper's like first
Yep.
ever anything,
Yep.
they have an old pistol.
Yep.
That just looks janky as all hell, and
Yep.
she just holds it up and like, well, neat. I'm just gonna try what I can.
You have to kind of move around to find a spot because I just want to paint this picture before everybody pulls the trigger. This dude is osculating madly. He's having the day of his life. And completely unbeknownst to him, there are 5 weapons pointed at his furry head. So just as things start to get extra frisky, let's just say his hand comes off your face and starts to move slightly southward, and you start counting faster. 3, 2, 1, 0. And you all, so everybody give me a vicious. We're the baddies. You're always the baddies. Always.
Oh, well, I messed up
Oh,
the son of a
Captain Bones. That's a
Wow,
fail, and that's a fail, and that's a fail.
And now we're all in trouble.
All right. Well, here's the. Technically.
Just about,
Nope.
except for Saga.
But I used a vessel.
Yes, you did. That's right. You did. That's a very good point. So because of that, you get a reroll with a D10. So yeah, roll me a D10. See if 2 of there you go. Oh, so here's how this plays out. Serena. No, let's do this in this order. Casper shoots Mr. Bones by accident. Mr. Bones accidentally shoots Saga, who was about to accidentally shoot Jermaine, but after getting shot and having the shot go wild, it goes over and hits who rolled that 10 at the end? Back to it hits Serena again, and she goes ow and fires a shot which goes directly through the eye sockets of the beast of Briar.
Ow!
You are you now you a couple things that I want to mention very quickly about Captain Saga Steel of the Steel Steelers. Your eyebrows are missing because of the fire as it went by. You are now sucking face with a dead man who's going for a grope. What? This is in all likelihood going to be the last thing that happens tonight. How do you finish this?
I'm gonna take his hand off of my.
It's not there yet. It was going.
Not there
Yep.
yet. I'm gonna take his hand off of me,
Yep.
pull back, and I'm gonna go. Not on your life, and not in your death either.
And just push him away.
And you just.
And
Actually,
he
I'm gonna take my
falls.
big boot, and I'm going to kick him in his wheelie office chair away.
Excellent. You do so, and he rolls across the floor. And just before, I was gonna go with that, but I have a better idea. I think, as he hits the wall and bounces off, you hear sploop, 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 and 3 water balloons fall out of his pockets and land on the floor underneath his chair. The chair starts to tilt one way and then the other way. And he's kind of doing this weird, freaky little dance because the chair is just doing this. He's dead as hell, but he's just doing this. One hand still like this, one hand still like this. And then the floor gives way, and you can hear him going through floor after floor after floor after floor. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down through the building. And in the very far distance down this hole, you hear the echoing scream of horrified but absolutely wonder-struck children
I dropped some candy
in the
down.
store. You drop what?
I dropped some candy down.
You drop some candy down. So as you look down, the braver ones swarm over him like he's part of the display. And then from 120 stores up, they are pummeled by candy, traveling at incredibly high speeds. They leap out of the way, and all of you think, this is the scene of a crime. Because we forgot about that part.
Plant some DNA.
Casper immediately is just like, plant the DNA.
I happen to have a rib that doesn't belong.
Yeah. He just pulls out a rib. Here. You drop it down the hole. It clatters against. One of the parents is looking up because there's always that one parent that's going to face off against whatever has attacked their child. You just watch it up there and bam, right in the head on the way by. Killing the parent, thus causing this and turning this into a murder scene without killing any children. And you guys decide this would be an excellent time to flee. So you make your way back, almost forgetting, because I almost did, that there's more on the line here than just success today. And you roar back to the site of the funeral to see if you were the first ones back. And you and another group arrive at almost exactly the same time, and we're not going to roll this out at all. You guys just lose your shit and beat them to death outside. There's a lot of money on. This is the best pirate in the world's plunder. We've taken this.
We've got these like really like regal looking like space pirates, like you'd expect beautiful space pirates.
Exactly.
To look. They're each got their own color scheme and matching clothes.
Yep, and you
and
just
haggard
them.
sons of bitches. Coming in
my
like
killer
a beat up
tennis racket are going to just get them.
Just starts
tiny
smashing.
cubes. Yeah, one of them is just tiny cubes after you're done with them. I've been waiting to do that with that tennis racket all night.
Yep.
But yeah. And then you guys walk in and are presented. You walk up to the executor of the estate and he says, your prize. And he holds out this tiny little box.
Okay, I take the time.
All right.
Open
Yeah,
it.
and you open it up.
I'll just be like, Casper, you have the best luck out of all of us today. I think you should open it.
Oh, of course.
And so you open up the
Because once
box
I die,
and inside.
it just goes within the family, right?
Well, that's fair, but
Didn't even think of
not
that.
untrue.
There's a small scroll inside, Casper, and you unroll it and it says, first, you are a steal. Second, this is a joke. Look behind you.
Okay.
And you turn around and look, and the entire wall of this chamber, I mean, this is like a great hall. The entire wall, you realize, is made up of stacks of gold coins that go from the floor to the roof. They're damaging the floor. They're so heavy. The bottom ones are being squeezed flat by the weight of the ones above them.
Wow. Okay.
And the executor says, enjoy. I have absolutely no idea how you're going to get it out of here. And he turns around, signs an electric document, and reaches out for you guys to thumbprint it, just to say that you've accepted it. Boop, boop, boop. Click. Yeah, boop, 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 tick. As the bony thumb clicks into place. Somehow it reads your bone print, and that works. And you guys can now retire. Some of you, for the third time, can retire from your adventuring careers, knowing full well that you are worth more than most nations. And that's where we will drop the curtain.
That hoopty.
A significant redistribution of wealth that is not a pyramid scheme, not even a little bit. So, with that, we will drop the adventure on tonight, which gives us just enough time to go around the room to anybody. I think two of you are doing stuff elsewhere in the social media world. Wayward Knight, I know you do stuff. Where can they find your stuff?
You can find me blogging on the Scarred Adventurer blog. You can
Yes.
find my art at Wayward Knight on Redbubble. Get some cool stickers. I just updated all my stickers.
More stickers.
Most importantly, though, you can find me DMing a brand new Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast called Professional Questers.
Yay!
Woo!
Currently on Podbean and Apple Podcasts, and we're working on getting on more platforms too. Episode 2 dropped this week, so that was awesome.
And this is your first time DMing, is that correct?
Yes, it's my first time DMing like a big thing, and it's terrifying.
Well, welcome to that club. The world needs more DMs. The world's full of players. We need more DMs. This is so. Sans, yeah, you do stuff.
Yeah.
Tell us about your stuff.
Yep. I'm over at theprolongedengagement.com is our website. We also have a YouTube channel where once we get the setup behind me done, we're going to start playing video games again. And I also write, direct, and produce my own films. My first one is already up on YouTube.
Nice. Excellent,
So.
excellent. So yeah, we'll get that. If I remember, I will get that link and put it in when we post on YouTube, but my memory sucks. So it'll be here forever in the VOD at the very least. And it'll go up on YouTube in about 3 days. Bison, you do guest appearances, I guess is the way to put what you do. Yeah. And tell us a bit about that. Pitch your friends for us.
Yeah. I used to do a fair bit of streaming with Ruspar on Twitch. He just recently got a new computer, so hopefully we'll be able to start streaming again. And on the, I guess, in the pipe right now, I am working on a Cyberpunk Red campaign, which will also be my first serious attempt at DMing.
Nice.
And that won't be streamed because it's not fair to newbies. And,
no, it is not. Yep.
No. And that's supposed to be happening soon. Mike Pondsmith, the guy who did it, the guy who is responsible for Cyberpunk pretty much, he is going to be one of the keynote guys on PAX this year. And I have a feeling that's when they're going to announce the release date.
Make the drop. Very cool.
Yeah, in like
Look
a
forward to that. Yeah, keep us up to date on that. You're here every bloody week anyway, so keep us up to date. And Leah, are you social media-ing?
Nope, I'm not. But I do pop in here, and I'm on a few other, pop in on a few other places. So I'm around.
By what I heard from everybody else is you need to become a DM. That's all I heard. That's
yeah.
Oh man, and we will get him out. I said we'd get him out of here by the top of the hour, and we will get him out of here by the top of the hour. I got 3 minutes. I have tonight 6 thank yous to give. 1 to Leah, 1 to Wayward. Thank you both. 1 to Bison. Thank you so much. 1 to the brave Sarah. Thank you so much, Sans. That was wonderful. Thank you. Anybody that comes and plays with us is nuts and brave. Thank you for being both.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you to the people watching on Twitch. We are in double digits, folks, on Twitch. That is a weird thing. So yeah, there's actually currently 15 people watching us say goodnight. So thank you for that to all of you. And speaking of thanking those people, to all the people that watch on YouTube, because we do get a lot of views over on Dirty 20 Gaming YouTube. This will go up in about 3 days, and thank you to all the people that watch over there too. With that, and with 90 seconds to spare, be nice to each other. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.